She is the most vicious boss in the world. Employees cannot go to the toilet at work. Both men and women must wear high-heeled shoes. But even such a demanding company, there are still countless people trying to apply. You must think that the company has a proud salary. But I only get $1,500 a month. This is a top magazine in the world. Jenny is the fashion queen here. For decades, she has been leading the wave of fashion. Cover the sky with one hand in the mall. People give her the nickname Devil Head. The staff just heard that she was coming. I was already in a panic. But such a harsh boss. There are still many girls wants to be her assistant. Because as long as she works as an intern for 1 year, go anywhere, will be a great god. On this day, Andy also gets a rare interview. When she first saw Jenny, was completely crushed by the opponent's gas field. Opinions on fashion industry. Andy knows nothing. Jenny looked at this. A fat, earthy girl. Naturally, she was rejected mercilessly. But Andy was just leaving, but still want to save it.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I don't fit in here. I am not skinny or glamorous, and I don't know that much about fashion, but I'm smart. I learn fast, and I will work very hard.
I've got the exclusive on the Cavalli for Gwyneth.
Although I said a lot of beautiful words, but everyone ignored Andy. She had to leave in frustration, but just walked into the hall. Jenny's assistant stopped her. Andy finally got this. Everyone's dream job. But in the bright workplace, Andy is just a tool for buying coffee. She's getting up at 6. 24-hour mobile phone. And you can't leave your seat at will, even after 2 hours. She also needs to wait until the assistant sits in the chair to go to the toilet. But it's not just that. Andy is also helping Jenny walk her dog. Even the manual work of Jenny's twin daughters, Andy is also required to complete. Even if she did it perfectly, I still can't get a word of praise from Jenny. It's not easy to be in a magazine. Andy was too busy to breathe, and the assistant should always remind her not to make mistakes, because the company implements the continuous seat system. Once Andy makes a mistake, assistants will also be expelled together. Andy tries to do everything well, but it's still just Jenny's tool to hang her clothes. She endured everything silently. Just do it for 1 year. She can leave this place. It was not easy to wait until Jenny was on a business trip. Andy finally has a chance. Have dinner with my father. But Jenny's call came again because of the bad weather. Jenny's flight must be cancelled, but she has to go back. Watch the performance of the twin daughters. She asked Andy to fix the plane home. Andy and his father can't eat. She immediately called everywhere for help, but such bad weather. Even 100 million. I can't get a plane. Father reminded her. Do you want to ask for help from the National Rescue Force? The results are predictable. Andy didn't finish the task. Jenny took all the mistakes. It's all down to Andy. She thinks Andy, though he's dirt and fat, but the resume is excellent. She wanted to see Andy and his usual recruitment. What's the difference between those beautiful and fashionable girls? It turned out to be the same thing. Andy feels wronged. Turn around and find a colleague to complain. She worked so hard. No encouragement. Instead, he was ridiculed. But not only did her colleagues not comfort her and asked her to resign.
What?
The woman just got off the bus. The office is busy. Employees directly throw away the unfinished breakfast. Yeah, look at the computer and start making up crazily because the woman just is their devil boss. Everyone was afraid of her. Stay away from her. As long as she takes the elevator, the people inside must apologize immediately. Go outside and wait for the next shift. Andy is cautious in such a terrible company. But I still offended my boss. She complained to her colleagues, but her colleague asked her to resign.
Be serious. You are not trying. You are whining.
Everyone is working hard. Only Andy seems to have finished his job. Passive work and keep complaining.
Wake up, 6.
Andy suddenly understood. She began to adjust her mind. From this day on, Andy is starting to look new. She was originally fertile, has been the laughingstock of colleagues, but now, she embraces fashion, let go of the past, shocked off his colleague's chin. Now she loves this job even more, and therefore more confident and beautiful. Even after Jenny saw it, I can't help looking back. Andy began to pay more attention to his work. No need for Jenny to give orders. She already arranged everything. Jenny can't find fault anymore, and Andy got it. Work other than buying coffee. On this day, Andy comes to the reception to help Jenny get the information. She met here unexpectedly. Press celebrity David. They hate to meet each other too late, but Andy has to accept Jenny's call. Get to her house in 10 minutes. But this is her first time here, although instructed by an assistant. But Andy still doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know where to put things, because once it's misplaced, Jenny will fire her the next day. Guided by the twins, Andy walks up the stairs. It basically declares her dead, because she ran into Jenny's private affairs here. Jenny's cold eyes scared Andy off after she put it down. Just leave in a gloomy way. The next day, Jenny in the morning asked Andy to prepare a top steak, and she needs to be there by 3 p.m. Prepare unpublished manuscripts of Harry Potter. This is the most obvious revenge. And Andy has 3 heads and 6 arms. I can't do it. But she didn't give up. Instead, he called the publishing house everywhere. I went to the restaurant to order steak myself, but she managed to bring back the steak. Jenny stopped eating and threatened her. If you can't get the manuscript at 3 p.m., then she'll just go away. Andy was wronged. She angrily threw the plate away. I thought I'd quit. Andy just told his boyfriend recommend this idea. David from the publishing house called Andy. He got the manuscript. Andy finished the task at the fastest speed. She proudly printed the manuscript on Jenny's desk and bound the other two covers. To the twins, Jenny can't find any fault, but actually, he has recognized Andy, and Andy thinks he's done. Can leave work early. Don't want to just go downstairs. I was called back. Waiting for her are 2 thick guest lists. Jenny has a charity dinner tonight. Andy needs to remember everyone's information. Report to Jenny at any time. That's how they seem to know each other. And Andy has lived up to expectations. Jenny didn't make a fool of herself. It was not easy to wait until I got home from work, and my boyfriend has been waiting all night. Apparently Andy has missed his boyfriend's birthday. Face angry boyfriend. Andy kept apologizing, but the result is still the boyfriend's incomprehension. For this job, Andy neglects too many boyfriends. The communication between the two people is getting less and less, until they chose to separate. Other girls pick out a skirt for half a day at work. She put on her clothes at will and left. But since becoming Jenny's assistant, Andy has also become fashionable. She used to live in a rented house, began to attend various dazzling parties frequently. Busy work makes her unable to take care of her boyfriend. They can only choose to break up, and God is fair. Let you down in love will make you proud in the workplace. Jenny promoted Andy to chief assistant. She will replace the assistant. Follow Jenny to Paris Fashion Week, but Andy knows assistant's biggest dream is to go to Paris. She has always been fully prepared for this. Andy doesn't want to steal the assistant's hope. Jenny doesn't think so.
If you don't go, I'll assume you're not serious about your future at Runway or any other publication.
History is always strikingly similar. Andy is new to the workplace. Those errands, now it's all done by the assistant. Now she's in a hurry. Like Andy. Unfortunately, the assistant was also accidentally hit by a car. When Andy went to the hospital, assistant tell her Jenny's decision. The assistant crashed.
Just go.
Emily,
I said go.
Soon, Andy followed Jenny. Come to Paris for Fashion Week. There are many upper-class people here. Andy has gradually adapted to such a life. Her relationship with Jenny has also undergone subtle changes. Until that day, Andy learned a big secret. The magazine wants Jenny to abdicate, and the young boss changed. It just happens to be the person Jenny hates the most. Andy started to panic. She must tell Jenny about it right away. But she hasn't finished yet. Jenny just hung up. Andy had to find Jenny before the party. I still haven't finished. Jenny walked away alone again, until she came to the podium. Andy just knew how powerful this woman is. It turns out that she already knows everything. So he took an important list to find the superior in advance. If she's gone, she will take away all the talents trained by herself. This powerful combination of them. I've worked with others everywhere. The superior compromised, and the woman who was supposed to take her place was assigned to other important posts by Jenny. And that position, originally intended for her old friends and colleagues, he has been waiting for this for 20 years. And Andy finally recognized this woman. She even sacrificed her friends' interests to stabilize their position in the company. Andy is disappointed. On the way back, Jenny, always cold. Thanks for Andy's concern. She said Andy looked like a young man, but Andy contradicted her. She would never do anything for her own benefit, sacrifice others' future. But he didn't realize, when your ability to work exceeds that of your assistant, has already started the competition. When Jenny said everything, turn your head and smile proficiently. Look at the women like stars in the sky. Andy didn't follow this time. She stood where she was, thinking that because of such a job, she lost herself completely. Ignore family and friends. Go further and further with them. Andy suddenly realized, turn around and leave here. Such work, not what she wanted. Andy resolutely unloaded the burden. Break off contact with Jenny. To the end, Andy and his boyfriend get back together. I also found a job in the newspaper I once dreamed of. Few people reach the top. You can choose to give up everything. It's not difficult to leave Jenny. What's rare is that the benefits and vanity brought cannot be let go. But if you have to sell your soul and constant betrayal to achieve success and a superior life, then she would rather choose ordinary.